This woman, Marcia, who he's been having an affair with for the past several years, sent me this message. Hello, Jennifer. This is Marcia. I'm to Marcia, boy. Marcia, out of timing. I think you know who I am. Marcia.
You're bold. Hey everyone, happy Wednesday and welcome back to Happy Hour with SnL. I'm Sherain.
And I'm Laurel.
Little house updates. Between our week starts from Wednesday. So it will be between the Wednesday you'll see it until the following Wednesday. We would put out when our Patreon episodes will be uploaded for y'all and the price and whatnot. Also, we are still on the road to 500 subscribers on YouTube. We are at 170. Thank you. Continue running those subscribers numbers up. We are very grateful for your assistance with helping us reach our goal. Also, if you want to follow us on any of our social media platforms, it's Happy Hour with SnL on all platforms. So, yeah, that's it. Without further ado, let's jump right into
the question of the week. So, the question of the week was, describe your worst first date experience. Do you want to share with us your worst first date experience?
What's a bad first date? It wasn't necessarily bad. Actually, no. It wasn't necessarily a horrible experience.
So what happened?
I think the only thing I would say was bad was meeting the person for the first time, and
it was just awkward.
It was meeting them like at their home.
So you just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah. Wasn't feeling it at all.
Yeah. I don't think first dates should be at home.
Yeah.
I don't like that either.
Yeah.
But mine. So at first I was saying I can't think of any bad first date experiences, and then I was like,
excuse me.
I remember this guy.
Wait, but how you can't think of one? Remember last week episode we was talking about?
Right. So that's what brought me back to that, right?
Right.
You see, honestly, going to the mount wasn't bad, but it was the beginning part that was kind of strange, right? So guys, picture this. He picks me up and he tells me that, he's preparing to, he have to sing in church or whatever. So I was like, okay, no problem. And he was like, you know what? I want to sing for you. Okay.
What?
Now some people might think it's like so
Cringe?
sweet. Some people might think it's sweet, but I was like, what is happening here? And he just burst out and singing, and he's like, oh. And so he's going, and it was loud. All the glass was up, and I'm just there like, just smiling, like, yeah, this is interesting. It was very, very interesting. Never had an experience like that. Yeah, so that was my experience with my first date.
Would you like me to pour you a glass?
Yes, please. So let me just get into what the viewers had to say, right? My friend was asked by a date very early into said date, are you on your period? I have this strange talent where I can smell when girls are on their period.
What?
She picked up her bag and left immediately. So this is giving me Saltburn vibes. Like, I immediately went back to that scene in Saltburn.
Ew.
Right? So, I don't know that is so weird. Like a weird thing to say, like
On your first date?
on the first date.
Why would you do
Like,
that? Like,
you wanted her to leave. Like, are you
that's
all
disrespectful.
okay? Not even that. Are
That's
you
not even a
like
conversation
a
starter.
serial killer?
Matthew.
Like, how? Why you could smell blood?
Ew.
He proposed by.
Wait, was she?
I don't know, but the fact that she picked up her bag and left, I don't, I don't know. I don't know.
Hold on, did you say your friend?
Well,
Did you say your friend went out on the
no, they said that's what it was written here. My friend.
Oh, I was
It's
like,
written here. My friend was
I was
asked on a
like-
date. So somebody said my friend. It didn't happen to that person. It was my friend was asked by a date. Not my friend.
I was like,
I'd have been scared for my friend.
yeah.
He proposed on the second date and was damn serious. I don't know if that's like a good thing for her, saying like, okay, he really saw wife material in her, or like he is just a weirdo. Because how you could be so serious on the second date, that will make any girl run for the hills.
Speechless.
Exactly. I was like, what? So this person said, matched with someone on Tinder. We chatted a couple days on and off and eventually decided to meet at a bar. She spent a lot of time on her phone, seemed extremely eager and anxious, looking at the front door of the bar. People kept walking past us and saying hi to her, so this was obviously her watering hole. We got one drink in before whoever she was messaging eagerly arrived. She excused herself for just a second. 10 minutes later, she still isn't back. The bartender comes down to my end, asks if we're on a date. I told him, yeah. He goes, that's her coke dealer.
What?
Your bet is on me if you want a dip. She ain't coming back.
Wow.
And if she is, you don't want to be around her.
Wow.
I
What in the angel is this?
like that the bartender was like, you know what?
Yes.
Let me just let
Give
you
ya-
know.
yeah.
Heads up. Do better.
Head ups.
The bear's on me.
Go. I wasn't expecting it to go that way.
So
Wow.
So, all right. So this person say, all right. So, boom. Picture this. The year is 2017. Your girl,
I don't know.
your girl is fresh out of a 5-year relationship and is like a koi fish in a shark pool.
Right.
There was this drip of darkness in the form of a well-chiseled man that expressed his interest in me and was and was most excited to carry me on a date. Now, the word date means many things these days, but to me it meant eats, drinks, and good conversations. Yeah, that's what it means to me
that's
too.
what it means to me.
Keep that in mind. So Mr. Dark and Lovely arranged for Thursday night when we were both available for said date. I did not eat a meal since lunch. So she, she getting herself ready. He was dressed quite casually to carry hot girl me on this date. Mm-hmm. He first asked if I was going to look for man because my attire was way above his standard.
Pardon?
Should have known that was a red flag. So we departed through a nearby constituency and it seemed as though he was bar hunting. I paid it no mind, thinking he just driving around. Tell me why this man pulled up by a hawk and spit bar and asking poor me if I not coming out the car. I kindly declined. How you could take the girl to a hawk and spit on the face date though?
It's how she said she kindly declined.
Yes. Girl,
How you can see like you're going to look for man and you come to take me out, so
and Mr. Dark and Love, you think the thing about it, she probably get, all hyped, he looking good, he looking like her standard, and then that's what you will do?
this makes me wonder, what do you all perceive a date to be? I mean, not all the time the dates have to be dinner, I understand. But it definitely is. It's a hug and spitball.
I think a lot has changed over the time in terms of like dating. Like when I hear people experiences, like just recently when we were Lyman, we were talking to some people and they were sharing their different views on dates and who paying for what and how they splitting the bill. And I was like, what?
I felt awkward. I felt awkward in the sense that I felt like we were in two different
Wolves.
worlds. Yeah, because to me it seemed as though they didn't believe that we believe the way how we think a date should be, think you should be in a relationship, when their experiences, because it was guys, their experiences, it had girls too, but the guys' experiences with dating and being in a relationship was so much different to what we know it to
Yes,
be. And
very, very. It was like night and day.
yeah, so much so that one of the guys said that, we perfect.
Yeah.
When really, actually,
With total sarcasm. And we're
yeah,
like, what?
what? We were so, because it went on so much to that they said that for their birthday,
That's the one that like strike me. I was like, this is not real.
for their birthday dinners, the person would carry them out for the dinner date and they would have to pay
Yeah,
for
I
said date.
have
I've
never
never heard of that.
taken out my man for his birthday and not paid for dinner. Not, oh my God, I'm doing the works for his birthday. Like,
Yeah.
I can't take you out and then be like, okay, well, you pay the bill. Like, I don't know if that's how it works. Y'all let us know if that's how it is right now because
the dating
we
world is-
most confused.
No, it's not like if I didn't hear certain things on social media in terms of how
Right,
dating
I've
is.
heard it.
I've heard it. But to actually hear that people
And it was
within-
majority. Most of the guys there were saying the same thing.
it wasn't most, it was ALL.
Okay,
all.
it was all.
So
It was
I'm
like, what?
I'm like,
So we were like, who have you all been around?
yeah,
I don't know. It's scary out
it
here.
is scary.
So this person, back to the question. This person said cinema date, and the date came looking like he was home, and on top that, his breath was stink.
Good gid.
So imagine being in the cinema and you're kind of close to him, and he wants to whisper something in it. Oh my God, problems.
I have a real big problem with bad breath. I have a huge problem with hygiene, number one, but I have a huge problem.
Suck
with
a
bad
mint
breath.
before, so at least.
I don't find sucking a mint is just a brush your teeth properly. If you have something that going on in your mouth, like
Go to the
go to the
dentist.
dentist, seek help.
Okay.
But a bad breath, and it's not a one-off thing.
So this man reached late and he didn't even open the door for me. Blocked him while eating. At least you know her standards and yes.
Good for you. Good for you, girl. How about you?
I asked a college girl out for dinner to see a play and she invited her mother along. It was awkward.
What?
So I am assuming that she just didn't want to go by herself.
No,
However,
I get that, but
what? Your
invite-
mother?
I don't think you should invite your mom or anybody. As a
Well, is
matter
it
of
that she
fact,
wasn't feeling
without having-
safe?
No, if that's the case, fine. I understand that completely, but I don't think it's fair to the date to now find out when you arrive or when they're picking up that someone is going with you.
You should say it up front.
You should say it up front, or if that's the case,
I don't even know if you should invite somebody else on a date. What I was going to suggest, remember how you say
yeah,
that
get
you have somebody just
yeah,
in the
in
background,
the background,
but
Yeah.
to invite somebody on a date, you're already showing that, okay,
yeah. So,
stay clear.
Yeah.
His wedding ring fell out of his pocket midway through dinner. This is given all sorts of red flags. Like, I hate guys who do things like this. Be upfront. Let the person know what you're getting into. Some people might be okay with that situation, and some people definitely don't want to go down that road. Do not blindside anybody. And
Like,
what?
Here's what, right? Like, I was having a conversation with some family members because we watched a video like on a guy talking about men. Men know what they're getting into. Men know when they approach a woman what they could and cannot get away with. So for some of them, they approach a woman and based on aura, they realize, yeah, that person cool. So I don't know, it may not be for everybody.
Right.
But maybe this person would have approached you and realized, yeah, she not gonna stand for that, but I still want to get through. So
But that's unfair though.
It is unfair. It is unfair to me, and
You're wasting her time because clearly she was offended to see the ring fall out. You're wasting time.
There's a lot of things that I find falls under rape for me, and lying about situations that falls under rape, because taking away someone's choice, to me, going into a situation and you're possibly getting intimate with this person is under false disguise. It's under disguise. So were you really sleeping on the person you really think you did? No. So to me, boom bang, boom boom, it's rape. That's my equation.
Exactly.
It's a form of rape.
And I feel as though like this is just lying unnecessarily. And talking about lying unnecessarily, we like to bring up the pathological liar of the season, of the year. Like, I feel as though nobody could top this. Actually, Sherain brought it to my attention yesterday, and we went to sleep very late trying to fit in every bit of what she had to say. So go ahead, Sherain. Take it away. Let them know about this pathological liar.
So basically, this TikToker, Reesa Teesa is her name. You tried to show her face somewhere on the screen. She was basically giving us a synopsis, and she titled it under the series called "Who the Fuck Did I Marry?" Right? And basically, in a nutshell, she met this guy. First off, pinpoint. Sometimes the universe, if you don't believe in God or God, just try to show you signs.
Yep.
So she met this guy.
And we like to ignore.
Yeah, we do. So basically, she met this guy and she met him on social media. First of all, I didn't know Facebook had a meeting place for dating. Didn't know that. Found out through that. Anywho.
What? I missed that part.
That was in the beginning. I told you that.
I thought it was a next dating app. I didn't know it was on Facebook.
Apparently, Facebook have a dating app, dating thing too.
Oh, this is why these people that's been meeting everybody on Facebook.
So
I
that's
don't
what I get, right? So it was there, and she met him again unhinged. However, first red flag: when she met the person was under two separate names. So let us say she met the person on Hinge. The Hinge name is Matthew O'Connor. That's actually an actor name. Terrible analogy, but okay. Matthew O'Connor. And on Facebook meeting place is Matt Weather. Now it is a variation of the name, but it wasn't the same name that he used, right? Anyway, they decided to go for a date. This all started in 2020, which you all know was probably the beginning of COVID, the year of COVID.
Well, yeah, for us.
Well, it would be the beginning.
Yeah, for us.
For us, because some places started in 2019.
Yeah.
Anyway, she met him then. And on her way to the first date, before she reached, her tire went flat, bust out.
Sign number one. That's Jesus talking to you.
Right? She ended up telling him she can't make it. Tire burst, the devil himself. said, I come in to help you. He paid for a tire, and they continued on the date. And immediately you could tell just by him coming and helping her and paying for the tire. And also, I think when they reached the place that they were going to dine at, they held hands walking in and whatnot, and the conversation was nice. She said the person was nice. He seemed like a nice person. He had recently moved from whatever states to Georgia, and he was a regional manager of a condiments company. Fast forward to 2 weeks later, place shut down. COVID in the place, COVID in the dance. And she decided at 2 weeks later that both of them, they dated and it's going well. They met up a couple times within the 2 weeks. They enjoying each other's company. She living by herself, he living by herself. And they decided that they are going to quarantine together. Mistake number one, you only meet this man 2.5 weeks, no matter how much. This is not Love Island.
I know some people who do that and they're happy.
They're happy?
Mm-hmm. It worked for some people.
It worked for some people. I find that scary, and 2.5 weeks.
It is very scary because you don't know what you're getting into.
That is still a stranger to me. Anywho, no judgment on her, because it takes a lot for somebody to come on the internet and tell their story, which to me is rather brave. Anyway, moving back. So they decided that she was leasing a 3-bedroom house, and he was leasing a studio under the guise that he was supposed to be looking for a house through his job, because they were supposed to put him up in a house. Quotation marks, right? Moved into the house. They decided to stay by her because obviously she had more room. And on the first date, he initiated and told her that, what he dating for. He dating for marriage, and this is serious. And well, she then said that, she's doing the same. So I guess all that is why she probably decided, well, let's move in together. Let's quarantine together.
Right.
So her house was more family oriented, I guess, than the studio apartment. If they are dating with a purpose, I guess. To me, still 2.5 weeks too soon. Anyway, I digress. Time goes by. 2 months after they moved in together, boom, shot, bang, bang, she pregnant. Right? By the way, he started looking for houses. Well, they started looking for houses. However, he was the one who was saying that he have all this money. He also mentioned to her that he used to play arena football and they've won championships, and he have this set of money. He also said that he was approved for $750,000 for the mortgage for the house. So he have all this money, and he have money from winning championships and stuff with arena football, right? Moving along, I'm trying to make it as short as possible.
But it has so many details.
And the first time he looked for a house, he alone was doing the paperwork and everything. And when it come to the part where they had to close on the house, his excuse for people not doing stuff in a timely manner was because of COVID, and people keep getting COVID. So I guess to a certain extent, you could believe it, because everybody was dropping like flies during that time, right? Okay, and most things had to do virtually. However, some things didn't make sense to do virtually, like signing off the closure agreement. That doesn't make sense because you need proper signing off for something like a house. So that, to me, would not play, right? Anyway, to each his own. And then life experiences will grant you some kind of knockhead syndrome, right? So anyway, she decided to go back onto, I think it was Zillow, and she realized that the house that they were looking for closed the day before. And when she asked him, he said that the realtor, who is his friend, ended up telling him that something went wrong, and they were asking now for 10% more, and they went with the other buyer. Okay? She
It sounds believable, but
sounds believable.
it's too much holes.
It's too much holes, and then you're not really communicating properly with her. So she said she felt something off, but she didn't really take it to on, because he did show her the paperwork for Chase Bank. He did show her his position of the work, the letter of his stuff. He showed us stuff, right? So, and it would have been official paperwork, right? Anyway, she said when they were going into the second house, looking for the second house, she told them that she wants to be in every part of it. She wants to go. They must be able to see stuff. They were still doing virtual viewing and whatnot. She must be able to see when he's signing documents, when he's sending documents. She should be able to send documents as well. And she did, right? She did. They came. This problem with the second house was that the offer that they had, it was the seller didn't approve of the offer. So I guess he got you scotch free on that one. Okay. The third house now, the seller agreed to the offer. However, he did not send over proof of funds. Mind you, sorry, I'm skipping a part. He told them that he's willing to pay cash. And the 750 that he showed her that he would have been approved for the loan, for the mortgage loan with Chase Bank. He told her initially to not go over that amount. Right? This house in particular was 8 something bearing on 900,000, and he decided that he said he's going to do it cash. She asked him, "Are you sure you have enough money?" He then went in to tell her that Chase is not the only bank he has stuff in. He has stuff in American bank, and also in an offshore account. She did ask him why he have an offshore account, and he was like, everybody knows that when you're making over a certain amount of money in the States, they add on a tax. Believable. So they have an offshore account. However, also in my head, offshore accounts are usually used with a lot of drug dealers. If you're into listening, those things is people who do underhand jobs. Not saying that other people don't use it for the same reason, but some of them,
red flag, right?
Red flag to me, right? Okay, moving on. They said that they need to show proof of funds before they accept the offer on the house. The other red flag is if he's willing to pay over 900, over 750, which is what he approved for any mortgage, why would he even go to check for the mortgage? That doesn't make sense. Because if you had the money and you're willing to pay, why would you go to the bank? That's kind of to me. Anyway, he was hell-bent on telling the agent he will send his proof of funds only if they accept the offer. Red flag number how much ever, because that's not how you do business.
It isn't.
It's not how you do business at all. Anyway, you must show proof of funds from the beginning. That she's saying that she has never done anything with buying a house. Fine, all well and fine for that. However, honey boo boo, need to use here a little more because
he trying to do business with them. Obviously, you have to show proof of funds.
You need to show proof of funds.
Otherwise, you're wasting people's time.
Yeah,
time is money.
She ended up saying no. He forget about it. They will try again, and she ended up coming and having a miscarriage, and which should have been closer to the end of the year. So she told him he's up on the house and things. She just want to enjoy her Thanksgiving and her Christmas vacation or whatever. And the following year they would see about that. Boom, bam, bang. He end up, which is love bombing basically, coming and telling her, well, let us get married or whatever. They got married on January 5th. She said by January 31st, January 5th of 2021. By January 31st, she said she realized things was going downhill because this would have been, since they got married, they haven't been intimate, right? He also carried her to get a car, make her test drive cars and whatnot. Never got the car. She ended up getting a car, but they test drive BMWs and stuff. And he's whatever the excuse was. I can't remember fully because he always 52 episodes. This is TikTok. You know how Netflix have their documentary? This is TikTok documentary. The best one yet. And he ended up giving her the down payment for a Nissan Altima. That's the car she got. And he also told her, oh, by the way, when he moved in, he decided to pay all her bills. Mistake number one. Right. So, and the only reason he went to look for cars with her is because he said based on his job, he got a promotion from being regional manager to now vice president of production in this condiments company, right? I don't know, but in our company we work in, you ever hear somebody be vice president of distribution or
It's production
or whatever?
Boy.
Right, it's generally just a vice president of the entire company. I don't know. I could be wrong. Somebody let me know.
And she said she saw the paperwork for that as well?
Yeah. So with the perks of that was he was supposed to get a company car. And it was $90,000 that they were giving him to get the company car. He went and he even went and looked for his car, BMWs and whatever. He ended up saying that he wanted to do a BMW sedan. And he called in front of her and in front the sales rep. He called HR of his work and they took his information on the phone and basically end up coming and saying the person who have to actually do the wire transfer wasn't in and they had to do it the following day. So that's a comeback for his car, which I believe, I could be wrong, but I think so. Again, if you only want, go and check out Reesa Teesa. It's there on her thing. He went and they went and looked for cars for her. And it was only high-end cars he looked for.
I feel he likes the thrill of lying and getting away with it. Like, it have to be because, like, why are you lying so much? You have to keep track of all these lies, a story that you have completely fabricated in your head.
That is a full-time job.
It's crazy.
He lied to her about
so much he probably believes his own lies.
He does. He does believe his own lies. He lied about the job. He lied about how much he was making. He lied about the offshore accounts. He even the accounts that he did show her wasn't even accounts he showed her. It was Google search images that he pulled up and he was showing her that from his pictures, she lost the baby, and he was telling
his
relatives, who wasn't his relatives, that he had the baby. He never told them that
a baby boy.
The baby, a baby boy. His ex-wife, he lied and said he had one failed marriage. He lied and said that the wife cheated on him and took all his money and it was bad. He lied and told her that the woman that he was married to before her, she had children, not his children, but he lied and said that he was still close to them. He even lied and told the Reesateesa girl that the stepdaughter died from COVID. When she did a deep dive, she ended up talking to the wife, and the ex-wife ended up telling her whatever comes out of his mouth, don't believe, it's all a lie. And obviously something dawned on her to ask her, how is her daughter? And she's like, my daughter's fine. And she asked her why. And she said she couldn't even bring it to her mouth to form to tell this woman that this is what this man said about her daughter. Because, and I could understand, who would want to hear somebody calling that on your child? That is clinically insane madness. She lied about that. I think this is when, because you joined in about episode 29.
Right.
And it was 52 episodes, right? Really and truly, somebody on TikTok say that Shonda Rhimes will have to pick up this thing because this is some real inventing.
I want to see it into
a story.
Yeah.
She lied. What again? He lied about? He lied about having more siblings than he had. He lied about where his grandparents were buried.
The parents' profession.
He lied about.
I'm trying to figure out what went wrong for him to end up like this, because everybody seems normal, the brothers and everything. What went wrong? What caused him to end up being like this?
And now he's trying to defend himself on social media, saying that he
should have just stayed invisible.
But you see, he's so, and he showed off himself in that video because so many things she said that made you see that he loves like the spotlight. He loves money.
It's the thrill of lying and getting away with it.
That's so sad.
What he say? He say she having an affair with who? That's why they ended.
He caught her with Bradley.
Who's Bradley?
Boy, be so. Ooh. One of the lies was when, for her birthday, after they got married, because her birthday is February 15th, he sent her to do her nails and stuff, and as she reached the salon, he called to say that somebody came by her house. A man came by her house asking for her, and he think it's her ex-boyfriend. And it seems like he didn't know she married, and whatever.
Trying to create drama.
And when she checked, and he showed up in a black Dodge Charger and reversed up into her driveway like he'd been there before. And when she checked the neighbor's footage, no black Dodge Charger was in the yard. Nobody walked up the yard. He didn't even walk out the yard. He's just freaking crazy.
It's sad because I feel as though as women, men too, we see so much red flags and we so want this to be it. You so want this to be real. You so want it to be perfect that you're like, okay, let me avoid until it's too late. This could have ended totally different if he was like a serial killer or something. Like, you have this pathological liar in your house for so long. So who knows what could have happened to her. So we just need to be careful. From time to time, we keep saying is be careful, especially on these dating apps.
He was arrested for impersonating a police officer.
Oh my goodness. He had issues with the law as well. Lots of issues with the law.
Like, he's mentally insane.
I don't know how he's trying to now clear his name with all these evidence.
Because there are
the police officers lying. Like,
it's easy. It should be easy to find out if there is any truth to what they're saying. However, he's so addicted to getting away with the lies, and I'm sure he's not the only pathological liar in the world who has access to internet and social media.
There are quite a few.
Yeah, he even went on to say how he don't know who he'll reach out to tell his story. Reach out to who, sir?
He want money. That's what money. Yeah, he want money. So he wants somebody to buy.
She is getting her social media fame, because right now when I checked that uploaded about 4 or 5 days ago, she's already at 594k followers in social media world. That is a lot. That means a lot. You can get deals, and her story is so touching. There's so many people that will want to hear from her. So many people that want to,
yeah.
It's just that world when it get into social media and share certain
and he promised her to go to
Paris.
Yeah.
So
Sis, she going to Paris. I believe she going to Paris.
Wow, it was just so mind blowing. Mind blowing.
But y'all need to check it out.
Yeah, definitely.
You're gonna
need to
put
check it
up
out.
the link for them.
Yeah, I will leave her page. I'll take a screenshot of her page and her at so y'all can go ahead and check it out. It is 52 episodes. I'm calling it episodes. 52 episodes long on her TikTok. And it's all in order. Yeah. Go and check it out. It's 10 minutes. 10 minutes a episode.
So let's just go into story time. After that juicy story we had there.
Yeah.
So my husband Marcus of 15 years suffered a massive stroke. This woman, Marcia, who he's been having an affair with for the past several years, sent me this message.
Wow.
Yeah.
The other
Marcia Rel Brave. Hello, Jennifer. This is Marcia. I'm to Marcia, boy. Marcia, out of timing. I think you know who I am. Marcia.
You're bold.
And I would like to ask if it's all right if I come over and take care of Marcus so that you can get some free time to do something for yourself. The sister wise. Like what?
What?
I know it's really hard on you, so I'd love to help out. I dated him when times were good, and I think it's only fair that I help out when it's bad in the bad. Please let me know if it's okay with you and when you'd like me to start.
What?
If you don't
Does that is that job?
if you don't want me in your home, you can always drop him to mine. That's fine by me. Marcia, are you on drugs? Marcia is not right in her head. This just shows that have like more crazy people out there. Like, what is wrong with Marcia?
What?
And Izzy, hello, Jennifer. you know who I am.
Wow. No, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't ready.
Girl.
What?
Jennifer probably like, you want it? Because no, he had a massive stroke. Who knows if he just like pack up on the bed.
Wow.
What you was doing if you was Jennifer?
Me? What I was doing?
Yeah, what you was doing?
If I was Jennifer. First of all, get a massive what?
Stroke. It's probably like bend up, you know? Yeah.
That's not nice.
Yeah.
But in this case, so that's no good, man. Yes. What I was going to do.
And Marcia say, if you're the woman in my home,
I'll file a restraining order. Because she clearly crazy. Now, I don't want him man, eh? I don't want him man. Because hear this. Everything Jennifer been through struggles. Because Marcia know Jennifer know who she is. So Jennifer been knowing.
Jennifer knew all the time.
That is horn licking left, right, and center.
What I would have done, I'm not really sure, but in this moment, in this very moment, if I was Jennifer, I would have told her you can collect Marcus at 2, and I've had pack up all his stuff, and they could have gone together. Because what the ass?
That seems to be the best thing. You come and collect him.
Now I know they're married and is in sickness and in health, but when you didn't hear him when things was good.
Hey,
She want to
This is
nurse
a real
him.
life
She want to
story.
nurse him back to health.
This is a real life story. First of all, that letter sound like an application for a job. Marcy, are you okay? What? Anyway, it's have more mad people outside than inside, eh? More mad people.
Jennifer is too bold-faced. You cannot in
Jennifer
your right
Marcia.
mind. Sorry, Marcia. Oh God, sorry. Marcia is too bold-faced. You cannot in your right mind message Jennifer and think that it's okay to ask to care for her man, her husband. No,
Where all
it does not.
Like the
She probably
audacity.
thinking, "Oh my God, I'm caring for you."
The
You know,
gumption.
at least you could get some time to go and do your nails and your hair while I see about him.
Where did this get it from? All this by the wholesale or is by the high or that's the wholesale? The goal. Well, they all right, boy.
The madness is real.
Talking about the madness. This week, real thing just rolling into everything. Now we go on to the madness of Love is Blind season 6.
Love is Blind aired on Valentine's and we jumped on it one time.
Immediately.
One time. Out of, I think they released how much episodes?
They released 6 episodes.
6 episodes.
Which is
And
actually
then on Wednesday, the 21st, yeah.
Which should be the episode that our episode will be.
Yes. They would be releasing the rest of the episodes.
Oh
I'm not sure if they would
God.
release all or if they would
Episode
like
21 on the 21st.
Yeah.
That's cool.
so so we are having they had five couples,
Yeah.
which was better than last season. Last season they had lessons.
They had less, yeah.
Yeah, so the couples that came out was Jimmy and Chelsea,
Right.
Brittany and Kenneth, Jeremy and Laura,
Right.
Clay and Edie, and Johnny and Amy.
Right.
So let's go all the way back up to
Wait,
Jimmy.
before you talk about the couples that made it.
Right, but we're gonna jump in with Jimmy and Chelsea. We could talk about that there. We just gonna talk about
Matthew and his crazy self.
right. So we'll talk about that there.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so it had like a weird shape of matches because everybody was like kind of like intertwined.
Yeah.
Because there was Jimmy and Chelsea, but he also had like Jessica,
Right.
right? And be it
Jimmy Chelsea, and he also liked Jessica, yeah.
right,
Yeah.
and he could not decide
Yeah.
between the two for a very long time. He dragged it out almost literally to the end. I thought
think he knew.
he knew already who he wanted to go with.
I think he already
Actually, you
knew.
know what? I agree with you because as
Yeah.
soon as she mentioned that she's a single mother, you could tell he was like,
He was like, which, to be honest, I find if that's not what you're looking for, fine. But he had no right to drag that out.
exactly. You robbed her. She was right in what she said. She said you robbed her for opportunity because you made her believe that, okay, I'm in this. And
Yeah.
then she could have invested her time in somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was somebody who may have been interested in somebody that didn't mind being with somebody who is a single parent. I thought he was the problem. But then I slowly realized that Chelsea is the problem.
He was a problem to an extent because
He cannot communicate, but go ahead.
he cannot communicate. But although I believe that he made up his mind since Jessica said that she's a single mother and that probably wasn't what he was looking for.
Right.
He also missed the whole point of the experiment because it's to fall in love without seeing who the person is first. And Chelsea, who suffers with mental illness clearly as well, took it upon herself to say she looks like Megan Fox.
She does not look anything close to Megan Fox. I think Megan will be...
Wait. Remember, I was watching. First of all, this is Chelsea. Guys, this is Chelsea. Remember the thing on TikTok that I was watching? Guess the Celebrity?
Right.
Someone put up the eyes of Chelsea and
Right.
the forehead and the black hair.
Right.
No, it's just the eyes, literally. Eyes and the beginning of her hair. Take when Chelsea, if you looked just it could pass for Megan
I
Fox
tried to
by
do
the
all
eyes,
that and I was
right?
like, I wasn't
tried to
seeing
find
it.
I tried to
Maybe
find
it's
it
just
and
maybe it's
insert
just
it.
hair.
But then I paid attention to the picture before. I was like, no, that's fake Megan Fox. However, Chelsea here looks like Adele mixed with Natalie Nunn.
So basically, guys, she sold him a whole dream and he bought it wholesale. Right? So not only he have communication issues, she is also very, 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 very insecure. Don't know what traumas she went through in the past. I'm not putting anything.
She doesn't love herself though.
She needs to heal from whatever she went through because he has to be constantly reassuring her. Constantly. She is very, very insecure. He cannot talk to the other contestants. And I think he was just honestly just wanting to make conversations with people, right? One of the issues she had was with Edie, where he
totally threw me for a loop.
he spoke to her. He spoke to Chelsea and said, "Wow, Edie's body is," I can't remember the exact wording, but she have a shelf or something like that. And because she felt so insecure, she shouts it out across the room. Now, I think the only reason he went across to talk to her because he was feeling so uncomfortable because now he have to clear what he said.
No, but before she shouted out to her, he probably felt uncomfortable at one point, but she kind of gave him the okay though, because before she shouted out, she was like, yeah.
And then totally switch it out around when they get back in the hotel room.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's crazy.
So that brings us to Edie and Clay. So Edie and Clay wasn't all they also was in a triangle too, because Edie also was interested in Mr. Matthew. So Mr. Matthew is to me, he reminded me of Joe from You, as well as somebody else you said. Was it Jeffrey?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, like he is not all there. He's also very socially awkward. I don't know how they cast these members this season. Like everybody seemed like they came in with some sort of issue.
You know what? People are saying that, the casting is off and the people in the casting is off, which is true. However, I keep saying I have stopped looking at these things for the love aspect.
I was invested for the love.
Now, I'm not saying that it wouldn't have an outcome for the love. However, if it does, fine. If at the end someone that I believe, because it have people that got married and I'm still like, what? But
or like last season.
Yeah. Like, okay, fine. No problem. If your love story seems like it'd be okay, fine, cool. Somebody came successful out of it. However, I believe the first season alone, but actually only after you said something about the second season, I could understand. First season and maybe partially the second season was actually people there for true love.
Right.
After that, true love really and truly dissolved, and if within it you found it, fine, which is basically what the experiment is. However, me as a viewer, I watch it for the entertainment. I'm here for the drama. And the casting in terms of entertainment and drama, yeah, very much so.
So my issue with Matthew is he's socially awkward. He has zero manners. He was lying. Why we have a whole set of lies in this episode? Anyway, he was lying to the two of them, telling them the exact same thing. Luckily, the other girl, Amber, who he was in another triangle. That's another separate triangle.
Her face looks really familiar though.
I don't know from where though.
You find so too?
Yeah. Amber, she was talking plenty. In this season, a lot of people was holding their cards close to their chest. So a lot of them weren't clear with who they were interested in the earlies. Only coming to the ending, they would be more vocal. But in the earlies, they were very holding their cards to their chest.
Which watching the previous seasons, I understood why.
Yeah. So Amber was very talkative about who she was interested in or whatever. And Adie was just like, listening or whatever. So when Adie found out that they were telling the exact same thing, she didn't really tell her up front. She confronted Matthew about it. He was like, oh, I didn't tell you the same thing. Lie. Anyway, make a long story short, she went back. I think she went back at that point in time and told Amber.
Yeah.
No, a lie. She did not tell Amber.
She told her. She didn't tell her one time, which I honestly find in that particular situation, she should have when Amber was talking about it. The only other thing too is the producers did not show us Amber and Matthew's conversation either.
Amber ended up leaving.
Yeah, she ended
prematurely. When crazy Matthew found out, he followed her out the door. I'm hoping that Love is Blind is prepared for a restraining order against Matthew because he is crazy.
He's totally crazy.
Right? So Adie ended up choosing Clay. Clay.
What to say about
There are so many red flags that we are seeing with Clay. Adie's a nice girl. However, I'm not sure if Clay is ready for a marriage. He has a lot of issues as well dealing with. He has anger issues that we saw in just the 6 episodes. How he handles situations, how he deals with it, I find it's red flags. She did mention that when she see red flags, she paints her nails with it, and I feel as though this is another situation where
she painted her nails.
Yeah.
She didn't only paint her nails, she painted her body.
Now, I honestly feel what they could introduce into this show is like a marriage counselor right before they step into the marriage. So they let them know, okay, this making sense, this is a red flag. Because right now you have on your blinders and you're kind of like in the moment where you're happy on this little honeymoon phase, Like I feel they just get carried away and not really realize what they're getting themselves into. Right?
Just a mess. A hot mess.
But I am hoping for the best with them. I'm hoping that she open up her eyes. Maybe when they meet with their friends and their family, that, there'll be more insight into it. There's Brittany and there's Kenneth. Brittany used to be a school teacher, I believe, and Kenneth is a principal of a middle school. And it's an interracial couple. And they seem fairly normal. I think their only issue is both of them never dated outside their race before. So it'll be interesting to see how their families kind of like integrate or if they would accept that situation.
No.
You see red flags with it?
The same view you have on Clay and the view that we saw on TikTok, I have about Kenneth.
Serious?
Yeah.
I like Kenneth. He's a big dude.
I like Kenneth. And I like that they are open with each other. You know what conversation? Side note, you know what conversation I really and truly appreciated? Mm-hmm. The conversation with Adie and Kenneth. Because
he did talk to her. I can't remember exactly what was said.
They spoke about interracial couples, right?
Right.
And some people on the internet were saying that they find the conversation was inappropriate. Honestly,
how?
Honestly, I find the conversation, especially in the world, especially how America is right now, the USA is right now in terms of race, I thought it was a very necessary conversation to have.
It is a very necessary conversation.
And it is a necessary conversation to have with family as well. They're not surrounded by family and at this moment. Do I think it is out of place for AD? Honestly, no, because the conversation they were having, an open conversation, non-flirty.
It was a very genuine conversation.
It was a genuine conversation. I think the conversation was really and truly legit. It was real. And I respect.
And she asked, do you think that Brittany is ready to raise black children? Because you don't know how your children are going to come out. You're going to try going to come out curly hair, straight hair, dark.
You don't know.
White.
It is a valid question. Mm-hmm. It is a valid question.
And she would obviously never had to deal with racism.
Mm-hmm. So it is a valid question.
So Jeremy and Laura is Laura who do not know her place.
Is that her titty?
Yes. She does not know her place.
She is
what she call it? Bean dip.
Bean dip.
Like, that joke was so inappropriate. So basically the joke was that she told her fiance, which is Jeremy, to bean dip AD without explaining to him what the joke was. So in an open setting in front of AD's, no, she didn't explain to Jeremy beforehand what it was. Yes. No, he didn't know. He didn't know. So when they were sitting down, he said to AD, "Hey, Laura told me to bean dip you," and she was like, "What?" She said that, and he was like, "Yes," and she explained to him what it was. And that's why he was apologizing. He said, "I need to apologize to Clay." Oh. He didn't know. And that's why he was upset. You didn't see when he said he ready to go home? He was upset.
He went home.
He was upset. He was like, you put him in place.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? And then
Clay already is kind of...
Exactly. And then she's saying how he don't know how to handle a joke. That's not a joke.
That's not a joke. Under no certain...
Now, I honestly thought something was wrong with her from conception in the house, because she was encouraging a lot of them to go home. That was my issue with her. She was actually saying, "Oh, it's time to go home. Don't stay for the situation. It's time to go home. Leave, leave, leave." And I didn't like that about her. And I wish Jeremy went with the other girl that he was also in a triangle with. I can't remember her name right now, but he was also
Anna, kind of half
Chinese kind of, yeah.
My red flags went off with her, the way how she dealt with that situation.
Yeah,
I felt as though it was kind of like condescending, kind of like putting on somebody else to make yourself look better kind of way, and I didn't like that.
You could already tell that they are not a good match, because he's very playful and light, and his jokes are harmless, but her jokes are way different, and
it's not even dark humor. It's just disrespectful.
It's disrespectful. So that's them. Johnny and Amy is the sweet couple,
the Spanish girl, and they seem to genuinely like each other. Mm-hmm. They have an attraction for each other. I really like them. Like, out of this season, they're
going to make it. Yeah,
they're the true love of the season.
The other people, question mark.
Real question mark. Real question mark for them.
But guys, tune in this Wednesday.
Yeah.
For
thanks Netflix for giving us more than 4 episodes this time.
Yes.
Thanks that we didn't have to just wait until we see them go to the honeymoon or the vacation or whatever. Thank you so very much. We really appreciate it, and hopefully we don't have to wait for 2 episodes for weddings. Please bring out everything next week.
I don't even think so. I think they're going to bring out some, and then we have to wait again for the finale.
Lastly, I have a short story as well, and the story is titled "I Want a Divorce Because My Husband, 36, Lied to Me." The woman is 33. Still continuing on the lies topics.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Pants on fire. We've been together for 7 years or so. We only signed our marriage certificate about a month ago. We just wanted a quick and easy wedding. We only had 2 witnesses, his mom and my mom. The short version of the story is, he always told me he was never a one-night stand or a fuck on first night kind of person. And I mean, man, he really drove that home. Big fucking time. Last week I posted a photo of us together in our garden and a girl I haven't spoken to since school messages me, linking me a video asking if this is him. Said video is a Pornhub video and it's him eating a girl out in a club toilet stool. And it definitely is him because he has a shoulder tattoo, which is pretty identifying. The resolution of this video is pretty decent, so it was easy to tell it was him. It was posted around 2016. Pornhub just says 8 years ago. I am so freaking embarrassed. I cannot cope with this shit. The way I see it, he's not a one-night stand for me, but for Cindy Wetclit, he is.
Oh my word.
He doesn't even like eating me out, but he can devour someone else in a club toilet. I feel like that's just unfair to me.
He's a changed man.
I can't deal with this. I tried to get over it, but I just cannot at all. Please help me. I don't know what to do. I'm so embarrassed, angry, upset. I feel betrayed. Just need this to be quiet. I just need this to be quiet. Quiet is quiet, not quiet. Quiet, quick, and to go away quickly. Well, if it's quiet, you're gonna put it here. But okay, I feel she mean quite quick.
I feel that's what she means.
Quite
So,
quick.
my advice is to annul that relationship. It's a month into it, right? A month into the marriage.
Yeah.
Leave. Now, I don't normally like to tell people leave their marriages, but number one, this is on the internet forever.
Yeah.
You didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Now, your past is your past. And you do stupid things. But I think something that is on the internet, such as this, is something that you should have said.
Recirculate.
Then on top of that, he not eating you out and he eating out Cindy.
Yeah, it's just...
Please explain that to me.
It's just
like...
weird.
I want to know... I need to know more details.
It's what she calls Cindy Wetclit.
I need to know more details because, like, I need to know more because... How? Can't leave that situation.
Because I don't know, y'all are gonna have kids. Again, as Laurel stated, it's on the internet. Like when people putting up these things, y'all don't think that y'all have a life to live after. Like it's so different.
He was so busted. I wonder who was videotaping. Is it that he didn't know because it was in the bathroom, right? So is it somebody else had to be...
It's different of somebody else, which is if it is somebody else who put him up, that's really, really disgusting of a human being because to me...
Well, Cindy obviously would have known because...
Yeah. Your past is your past, however... your face out there like that and you didn't say anything, and I think that was the issue. If you were innocent bystander in this situation, knowingly that there's a video out there, you should have told this woman. And then you're preaching something that you didn't always stand by. So it's fine if that you have outgrown that stage of your life. But please, especially when your past could come to your future, please let people know what they're dealing with. Because y'all kind of ended up going different ways. And now the poor girl confused, don't know what to do. Yep. So, a moral of this episode, honesty is the best policy.
That's right.
Right? It is the best policy, no matter if it's going to hurt, better honest. Truth comes from you and not be found out somewhere else. Even if you're honest, yes, it's a fact. Things are going to be bad regardless. However, the better option is still to be honest. you would be respected more. Okay? That brings us to the end of today's episode, episode 21. It was such a ride.
It was nice.
It felt like it was short, but we made it. So stay tuned. Don't forget to tune into our social media platforms so you all will see when our Patreon episode goes live and all the details for the Patreon episode. Also, make sure to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell on YouTube. We will see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.